We'll see her round the majority of the course. She's pretty much got the course to herself as our first out on course, and always a worrying moment going first. Merel with the 12-year-old Holsteiner gelding by Chico's boy. She rides Chiccolino, and this owned by MC Blom and JMJ Blom. Not the quickest across the country. The Dutch lineup yields a couple of surprises, namely that of the incredibly experienced Merel Blom. Isn't named with her usual partner in crime, rumour has it. And these three fences, 1, 2 and 3, come up very quick. She's already put the foot down over the first two, as she turns now to the third. Under the trees, they go from light to dark. And now this gallop, 30 seconds they land. So the countdown clock in the right-hand side corner of your screen. And as she approaches the fourth, she needs to be there with 8 minutes and 30 on the clock. There's a long gallop through the trees, Sarah.
It is a long gallop, and I think it's going to take a little time for these horses to settle, but this fourth fence comes up almost quite quickly. A water at a fourth fence on any cross-country course, I think, is quite early. And
we can just see on the left-hand side of your screen the Longines SAP tracking device. You can see where she's going. You can see that she's travelling through those trees. There's a lot of winding through the trees before she comes round the corner and then onto that fourth fence, that big fence with the drop on the landing. And you can just see how far that is from 3 to 4. You can see the green markers are the fence markers. She's coming through the trees now. She'll make that right-handed turn. We'll just see her as she reappears out over the table and makes that left-handed turn to the first of the waters at 5. Here she comes down the hill, and the riders will be watching this with great interest.
Big jump there, isn't it? It's a big drop there. Puts you a little bit out of balance if you're not careful.
Big drop in up to the upturned boat, and then up the hill to this narrow triple arrowhead brush. Well, she made that look very easy indeed. We watched Pippa Funnell go around Badminton earlier on in the spring, and she was first out on Mayor's Hope, and she made it look incredibly easy. It's easy just to lull these riders into a false sense of security. You don't realise just how experienced Merel is as well.
No, she did a really good job there, and all of her distances, all of her strides came up nicely. We walked it yesterday, and we weren't quite sure how it would ride. It came out between the boat and the house in the water, up to the skinny coming out, and made that on a nice distance of 3 strides.
Well, turning the corner now, she comes to the table and then towards the main arena. Now this is a very big combination in the main arena. A little bit of a gallop, they cross over the roads and then come past the warm-up arenas, and it really does open up, and she'll come from our left-hand side as she winds her way through the trees. And I would say she's pretty much up on the clock. She's not hung around so far, but this is a big test in the main arena. It's the table at 7. Big table sets them up, and it's fairly closely related then. Flies the table. Now it's corner. We walk this on 4 and 3. Lovely.
If that could be ridden like that all day, then we're up for a really good competition. She made nothing of that, really.
Absolutely.
Made the big table coming out there. Looks as if she was a little bit off it distance-wise, but made nothing of it.
Well, still going very well, Merel Blom, as she just passes the 3-minute marker out there on course. She'll come back over the white rails and hedge at fence 9 to the Hanover gates at 10A and 10B. And again, a distance that we walked, and we may see some go on the 2, some on the 3. 2 strides, lovely, no question, no doubt in her mind.
She's got a big galloping stride, this horse, and just is wasting no time. She's got into a good rhythm, which is nice to see, because I did think that the clusters of fences might take them out of their rhythm, but she's showing it's riding well so far.
Well, up to now jump from the gates, the wooden log pile, just past the trade stand area, and that cord pile at fence 11, again closely related to the Mesmer Pond at 12, and the crowds have been piling in here, and they're waiting for our riders. So that log pile, we walked this morning, walked it with Lucinda Green, gone outside the tree. Has a good look in, sits well though, Merel. Lovely bit of touch riding. Jumps the first of the arrowhead brushes up the bank.
He was very genuine. She jumped quite to the left of the base of that fence then. He's gone a little bit, he's looking at his water now. She looks as if she needs to put a good jump back in the bank. You know, there was a little bit hesitant coming in. She did a good job there. She again jumped on the left-hand side. Both of the skinnies, she's jumped to the left-hand, the base. They come out a long way, the base of those fences.
She rode that so well, just kept hold of the reins, steered this lovely horse through. Chiccolino, debut championship for him. And he's 12 years old by Chico's boy. So galloping away from the Mesmer Millhouse at 13. She makes her way to the Fisher Well Balanced. Now this is a big fence. She's going left.
We like the right, didn't we, yesterday?
We did. It's going to be, I think it's going to ride uncomfortably. It's one of those fences with the brush on the top. It just makes the horses jump out, and you never know if they're going to jump out a little bit further than you expect. Can be a little bit punishing as well on the horses, but more so surprising.
Yeah, and I think that will come quite quickly. The last part will arrive faster than you realise almost, as you said, depending on what jump you get as they come down over the bank.
Well, lovely big jump at the Horseware Open Ditch and Hedge. They make this turn now 180 degrees. They come back around on the left-handed turn. 3 minutes 57 now. She needs to be jumping this fence coming out of the trees. This is the rail, ditch and log at 16 with 3 minutes 30 on the clock, and she looks like she's up on the clock.
That's very impressive. But as we said, she's kept in a really good rhythm. She's let him flow. Pops the ditch.
Oh! Yeah,
almost,
that
it could have been a little
risk.
bit more decisive at the ditch, I think. She just almost sat a little quiet, possibly.
There is a longer route which she's going to now, round the windmill to the log, but that is 20 penalties for our trailblazer Merel Blom. Merel, team rider for the Netherlands.
She'll be frustrated by that, I think.
We watch that again. Pops the ditch, one stride, just chips in an extra one. He's gone since that second water, a little bit green on her.
Yeah, he has. Although he's 12, perhaps the mileage doesn't reflect his age. And he, as you say, he just needed to just make his mind up a little bit quicker. And then he lost his way a little bit as he came out to the last log and didn't really focus on the log, I felt.
No, I will agree. I mean, it's one of those fences. It's under the trees. They come round the corner. And what that fence does, we walked it, and you have to make the definite turn as they now jump the Mare House at 17 and come to the lake, the Land Rover Lake at 18. 2 angle brushes on the top of the bank. Let's see how he fares here. Again, just chips in an extra stride on the top. There is wiggle room in there, and she's got to come back to that water again. Now, not only does he look a little bit green, he looks a little bit tired, and I think more brain tired, because there's a lot of jumping, there's a lot of combinations out there. 40 jumping efforts if you go direct, 42 jumping efforts if you go long, 5,800 metres, it's already 27 degrees, the heat is going to be a factor, and this is a time that they can just switch off, but they've now got to come back and jump that back into that water again.
As you say, I think brain taxing as much as anything. He looked a little bit leg weary as he came out of the water then, but it just looks as if he's just gone a little bit numb, a little bit flat in his mind as much as anything.
Still coming direct. Jumped in there, just had another look as she turns now to the little bird, and he's just
not
switched
focusing.
off. Just switched off from her. That's her second refusal. Well, the Netherlands, they're currently sitting in 7th place in the team competition. I think 12 years old, it's his first championship. I think more than anything, it's been tiring on his brain more than it has been on his body, and I think she knows she's not getting there. The hand goes up, and that is our first out, retiring on course. Well, that's a real shame for Merel Blom. You just watch him, watch his eye, watch his ears. He just says, I've run out.
He's run out of brain power.
Yeah.
He's just run out of a puff in his mind.
Yeah.
I think physically he would be able to, but he's just not dealing with it in his head, as you just said. After that first water, when he looked coming into the water, since then he's just been a little bit not on her side, not with her.
No, and I think we may see quite a lot of that today because it is a taxing track. We've got a lot of horses here that are first-time debut championship horses, a lot of experienced horses. Merel, extremely experienced. Laura Loge is second to go with for Belgium. There is Merel just getting off Chiccolino. She's giving him a breather, undoing the girth. Of course, it is horse welfare paramount at these events. She'll be disappointed with that, but I think as we've said, it's more brain. There's a lot of fences out there.